Yo, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Go look at some of my older content. I really try to be as in depth as I possibly can, not only about wholesaling land, but my experience in new construction, my experience in private lending, working as an underwriter for 5 years, ultimately building my own projects and wholesaling land. So, I am active out here in the marketplace. I do have, a lot of experience, in this industry, and I really, really want to help some of you out there who you may be looking for a career change and interested in becoming, a territory rep or like a loan officer for private lenders. Maybe you are doing fix and flips and you're looking to switch over to new construction, or you're trying to make some extra money. Maybe you want to start working for yourself full time, or maybe just bringing in some supplemental income with land wholesaling. I really do think I have a lot of in-depth information, and today I'm going to get more in depth. We're going to be talking about running comps for land, right? How to comp land the correct way. That's the topic of today's video. How you want to basically comp your land out is based off of the marketable resale value of whatever is being built in the area. Kind of just jump right into it, okay? So, what I mean by comping, you see, I have our comparable subject property. So, let's talk about the foundation. When you're looking at lots for these builders, you have to understand what's going to be built on it, what can be built on it, right? So, if you're looking at a lot and you can see here, I might need to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so let's say just for number's sake, and I'm gonna fill it out. I'm gonna kind of throw in made some made up numbers, but just to just for sake of time. So let's say if whatever they're selling, let's say if a builder he's buying a lot, he's putting up a duplex, the duplex sells for 545,000. He's like, I know I can get that, right? You need to multiply that times 15%. That's how much he has to. He can't buy the land. He doesn't want to buy the land for more than that. So in this particular case, if you wanted to make 5 grand, I would start at 70. I would start at 70 and try to sell it for 75. If they're not willing to do 70, say the lowest they're willing to do is 75, I'll go ahead and get it for 75 and sell it for 80. That's, you see what I did right there? So now, for instance, if you're, let's say you have a person and they have a lot and they're able to build four townhomes with shared driveways. So you say it's going to equal four times, and they're selling for 375 each, 1.5 million. Now what you're going to do is do this equals the 1.5 million times 15%. You're at 225,000. So I would start at 200. My offer would be 200, and I would sell it for 215 and be out and make 15 grand. That you see, so if we're kind of taking a look at a deal, so typically I like to do my land comps up here, and then I'll do like my marketable resale here. But just for sake of time, so as you see here, you have your address, proximity to the project, and that just means how close it is. You do not want to go, you really don't want to go more than half a mile away from the subject property, not crossing any major streets or highways. Okay, so so like if you are in a certain pocket and they're valuing land, or they're valuing new construction at 300 here, then you go, let's say, across I-10 here in Houston, and now the properties are like 480. You don't need to be comparing comps down there to comps up here. You see what I'm saying? So you want to stick within your vicinity. Then we have the sales price, the date that it sold, because you want to stay between 3 to 5 months, maybe 3 to 6 months. The price per square foot, the DOM is days on market, the site area, so that's just the lot size. The age, so when was it built? Bed and bath, GLA is general living area, so that's the square foot. And then it's like, nuanced stuff like does it have a garage, carport, porch, patio deck, pool? Because you want to be comparing apples to apples. Um, and then I'm really probably gonna get rid of this part. But so you're gonna fill out all that stuff here, right? So let's just say hypothetically, we'll go, we'll go ABC 1, 2, 3. Then we got ABC 4, 5, 6. And we got ABC 7, 8, 9. And we got ABC 10, 11, 12. All right. So this property, let's say this property is probably 0.2 from 0.2 miles from the subject property, right? Then this property might be 0.5 miles from the subject property. This one might be 0.4 from the subject property, and then this one might be, let's say, right across the street. Let's say 150 feet. Okay, so these are real comps. Okay, cool. Now you got, let's say, sales price, and we're talking new construction, so you can comp the land. So sales price, this sold for 475,000. This one sold for 489,900. This one sold for 468. And then this one sold for 470. So here we go. And you can put sales date, 11 20 2024, 11/02 2024, 12/05 2024, and then let's say we had once closed in January 2025. So and then days on market, you can fill that out. So like this one sat on market for 17 days. This one was on the market for 12 days. This one 36. This one 22. So this is how you kind of go through this site area. You can say 5,000. Well, since this one, so you just say if it's like site area 2,500, we're assuming a 5,000 square foot lot too. I'm sorry, I didn't give you the subject property, but like we're assuming a 5,000 square foot lot. So 25, 25, and the reason I'm putting 25 because they cut it, they split them up to build this stuff a lot of the time. So, okay, actual age 2024, so they're all going to be 2024. Okay. All right, so boom, 2024. Then bed and bath we'll go 3 bed, 2.5, 2.5 bath. So we go ahead and let's just say they're all the same, like the same bed and bath. We got lucky and they're all 3 bed, 2.5 bath. Now the square feet, this one's 1,585, 1,700. This one's 1,650. And then let's say we have a big one that's, well, let's just say 18. 18, let's say 1810. 1810 square feet. Okay. So now we pretty much got what we need, right? So now what do you do now? So now you're checking out, okay, the average price per square foot. So how you don't want to guess, you want to say, okay, well, we'll do this. We'll go, what's the average square foot? We go equals average. And take this right here. You're gonna go 1711 is the average. Okay. Now you're gonna go, okay, well, what's the average price per square foot? Right? So you go same thing, average right here. Now what you're gonna do, so this is the average square foot. So let's put that, let's get rid of low end, high end. We'll go, so we'll go average square foot. We got the average price per square foot and the average square foot. So now what we're going to do, you know, they're putting up 2 on each lot. So now we can go, okay, we'll go boom times boom times 2, 953,000. Okay, so then we're going to go equals the 953 times 0.15, 15%, 143,000. So they're not going to pay more than 143. That's 15% of the resale value, right? And this is just the average. So if you go over here, you can see median sales. What's the median? And then, you know, we have the average, but let's just go ahead and okay, so median average. So you know you can expect if you want to be a conservative underwriter when you're doing these, I would go ahead and I would just say, let's go with 460. Let's go from seeing this, I would say, okay, I'm gonna go, I'm a base what I'm gonna use, I'm a base 460. So I'm gonna go equals 460 times 2, 920,000 equals this times 138. Okay, so this lets me know, and like I said, it depends on what you want to make. So 138, me personally, I would start at 110. I would tell the seller, like once I have this right here, I'm calling the seller back. I'm calling them back. Okay, hey, just take a look at, you know, let them know just based off of some recent lot sales near yours, you know, I can do $110,000 cash. Assuming title is clear, I will be able to close roughly anywhere between 14 to maybe 21 days, depending on if the title is clear. Does that number work for you? And if they respond yes, then you can go down your spiel. If they respond it's a little too low, you know you have a buffer. You start at 110. So I would say you 110 to 135. What would you like to be at? If they say 120, you just say, okay, well, can we do 115? Because you would just go ahead and sell it for 125, 130. If they say no, I'm firm at 120, okay, cool. Just take 120 and say, if we agree to 120, can we get you know, do you prefer, you want me to meet you in person to get our agreement signed? Don't say contract, say agreement. Or would you prefer me to email you over the agreement for your review? And then boom. But this is how you comp the land. Like so basically, when I say it's important to use this kind of stuff, you can easily highlight this, copy it, and send it. Like, this is the reason why I'm selling it for this amount. Here are the comps. And what are you like? Because what is the builder looking at that's different than what you're looking at? You're looking at the most recent sales. Like the other stuff, like this might cost me a little more, like dealing with the planning and you know, my architect is charging me a little bit more and all that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. The market says hey, this is a good deal because 9 times out of 10, like let's say if a property is on market, retail is 22 dollars a foot. If you're getting them that same property at $17 a foot, that's well below market. Like let's just do the math. 5,000 times $20 a foot, 100K. Let's do the same one. Equals 5,000 times $17 a foot. Look at the difference. You're saving them 15 grand. So instead of them buying the lot at 100 and then spending the money on the site work and architectural plan, soft cost stuff, that'll probably put them all in around probably 115, might cost them 15 grand. Now you put them in a position that all in, they're at 100. You're saving them 15 grand. They're buying a property, a lot that's $15,000 cheaper than what they can get on market. You're doing them a service. You're doing them a service. I honestly, I would like to probably be around maybe 15, because if you look at 15, that put him at, well, 16. I would say 16. 16 would be solid. Like 16, yeah, 1680. I'm saving you 20 grand. It's a 20% discount. That's 20 grand is huge, because you got to think about it. They're paying cash. 9 times out of 10, they're going to do the site work and all that stuff out of pocket. They can get reimbursed at closing. You're saving them so much money. That's why it's important for you to learn how to operate in Excel, and you have this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you comp land out correctly, the correct way. You have to go by the numbers. If you don't have access to the MLS, you can use Redfin, but just get with a realtor. You can send them this. Hey, I use these comps. These are the best comps that I found. Do you mind running the CMA for me? And you can kind of look and compare. You can kind of use their CMA and input. Just like that's the important thing. That's why you have to network. You really have to network with realtors, because that's the way they're going to help you. The best way they're going to help you, honestly, is maybe they can find you buyers for your lots. It's going to be really novations and CMA reports until you get comfortable enough for them to kind of give you access. And what you can do is offer to pay half their dues. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think they're quarterly, so you might have to spend $50, $70 every 3 months, so that way you can get the best market data, because the realtors have it. So when you're online and you're looking at this information and you're following this stuff, you need to be following people and getting advice from people who can show you this stuff that I just showed you. This is how you comp it correctly. This justifies you pricing your lot the way you priced it. Because I'm telling you, a builder will try to beat you down on your price. And you have to simply say, okay, well, this might not be the opportunity for you. If I have something else that, if I have something that low or that cheap, I'll send it over to you and move on. That's how you're going to get confidence in this business. And that's how they're going to take you serious. Like, oh, this motherfucker's running their numbers. Look at the numbers I ran. And like I told you, I like to use land comps as well to show this is on market, and I do the new construction comps. What more do we have to talk about? Here's the price. If you want it, you want it. If not, just go ahead, move on. But if you have a wiggle room like that, like let's say going based off the scenario I gave earlier, if she agreed to 110 and I was at 130 and they wanted to be down to 115. I mean, they want to be down to 125. Okay, we can do 125. How soon can you close? All right, cool. Because at the end of the day, you still just made $15,000. So you always want to give yourself a buffer for the builder to come down to. And honestly, you can kind of go down or go up depending on what's going to get the deal done. That's how you have to think about it. At the end of the day, as a wholesaler, you're a service provider to the builders, but you're a problem solver to the builder and to the seller. So if you enjoyed this video, you took some information from it, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section what questions that you have. I'm trying to help as many people as I can. If you are interested in working one-on-one and getting into my land profit program, shoot me an email. The link will be in the description. If you want the Excel that I just used, the link will be in the description for you to download it. You can kind of go back through my videos that I've referenced using this to get good at it, or you can just jump in the program. We're going to be going over it all the time. So with that being said, let's go close some deals.